going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Coaches Convos. I'm Coach Will. As always, I'm here with Coach Quan. Today we are doing top 10 fitness myths you should avoid. Now, we did something similar like this for beginners a while back. If you want to go check out that video, it's on our channel. Be sure to subscribe and watch all our videos. But these are a little bit different. There might be some overlap. There might be some stuff that we talk about already, and there might be some stuff that we talked about in previous episodes. But this is your one-stop shop for 10.
I like that.
Yeah. 10 common fitness myths that you should avoid. And do you have number one or do I have number one?
I think I'm going to start it off. Yeah, I'm going to break it off. All right, so the first things first for rookies, beginners, anywhere, any type of person that's in the gym, one common mistake or common myth is your stretching. So when we talk about stretching, I am an advocate for it before and after your workout, but there's different types of stretches that you are going to want to do before you do your workout compared to after the workout. So when we are stretching, a common myth is just get a nice stretch. That's what's going to warm you up. But you have to keep in mind that you want to prevent injury while you are doing your stretch, your pre-workout stretch. And how to do that is not doing stretches statically. And what is a static stretch? That is just standing still, doing like a hamstring curl, like a forward fold type of thing, standing still. I would want to switch that up and do something more dynamic, more active, where I'm moving and basically prepping my body for the movements or the activities that I'm going to be doing compared to the static stretch where you're standing there and, loosening up the muscle joints, strengthening them, lengthening the muscles and stuff. That's what you're going to want to do after the workout. So there's different types of stretching. Keep in mind, stretching is good, but it can be hurtful to you as well, depending on what you're doing before and after your workout. So common myth, stretching before your workout, it is good, but make sure you're doing the right type of stretches, like dynamic compared to static. Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
couldn't agree more. That's such a big piece of it. That one word, dynamic versus static.
Yeah.
The purpose of the static stretch is to, like you said, elongate the muscle. It's to help kind of move lactic acid throughout. It's to help relax the muscle. But these are all things I don't want to do before I engage in heavy weight training or athletic-based performance. So for my athletes and for my lifters, you don't want to do this. You don't want to relax muscle. You want a ready muscle. Dynamic stretches is a way to get your muscle primed, active, and ready for your workout.
That's a great word, the word prime. Definitely a great word.
Thank you.
All right, so then we're going to jump right into number two.
Number two.
Quick.
Yeah, nice and easy. Pretty straightforward. Next is going to be pre- and post-workout snacks. This we're going to talk about. This probably take a little more time to explain. Quan, while I was getting ready, Quan kind of separated and delegated the question. Like, I'll do this one. You can do this one. So I realized why he did it now. Interesting. So this is something I have a personal beef with. Fasted exercises. I know there's a lot of arguments for fasted cardio and things like that, and maybe because people say, they do their runs on an empty stomach or they do their stuff like that to burn more calories, there's a hint of truth in every lie. So the reason we think this is, yes, you do in the moment burn more calories during a fasted workout, whether it's fasted cardio or fasted weight training, which is insane. But the reason why you're burning more calories in the moment is because your body is burning whatever energy it can. So the argument is, if I don't have any food, my body will have to burn the fat that I'm holding on to. It could, but it can also burn your muscle.
Yes.
So this is something you have to be worried about when you do any kind of fasted movement. Also, you have to think of other health risks. The risk-to-reward ratio when it comes to fasted, I find, is unnecessary. There's also studies to show that you may, even if you, for fasted, I'm only going to talk about fasted cardio. Let me preface this, because if you do fasted weight training, I'm going to smack you. There's no reason why you should do any type of exercise, any kind of intense exercise, whether it's weight training, calisthenics, or anything you want. Other than like steady state cardio, you should have some kind of fuel in your body because you need the fuel to actually perform properly. All you're doing...
especially if your goal is to build muscle.
Yes.
Okay.
100%, because otherwise you're not going to have the same output. It's very simple. You give in what you give out. If you cannot... I'm ready.
He's throwing one today.
Because this is something that bothers me, because I have so many people, I ask them, I don't know why I'm so weak today, I don't know why I'm dizzy, I can't get through the workout. What'd you eat today? Nothing. It's 10 o'clock. Like...
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee. Literally,
okay.
All you're doing is, you're destroying your... So... you need the output. You need the proper carbs and you need the proper fats and the proper protein to engage and to activate your muscles and to recover properly. All you're doing if you're working out on an empty stomach is getting less out of your workout, building less muscle, and running a higher risk of injury. Now for cardio, fasted cardio, it is true that you will burn more, especially if you're in a steady state of anywhere between 120 to 130 usually beats per minute. However, there are studies that show that if you have a fed cardio workout versus a fast cardio workout, although you burn less during the activity, because you're building more muscle, because you're feeding the muscles that are working, whether it's a Stairmaster and you're working your legs, or a hand bike and you're working your arms, whatever that may be, because you have more calories in your body because you fed yourself beforehand, again you have more output, and you're also recovering more muscle, which now makes your basal metabolic rate higher, so you're going to be burning more calories forever, not just in that workout. Yeah. And the difference in the workout is negligible. Maybe at most 100 calories if you're going insane.
Yeah, it's so really give or take, guys. It's really 25, 50.
Yeah,
you know?
on an average amount of cardio, you're not burning much more calories. That's what I found between studies and what I know personally. I get lightheaded.
Yeah.
If I don't eat constantly, if I'm not eating regular meals, I get very lightheaded. My body immediately atrophies. So for my purposes, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to feel like crap during my workout, and I want to build more muscle. You need to eat something. Obviously, I'm not saying have a 5-course meal 20 minutes before you work out, but eat something.
But food is fuel, and even so, even if it's something like a light snack, like we followed that little trend, the Rice Krispie treats. I forget the macros on that, but they're high in sugar and they're high carbs, so it's a small snack. You eat it in 3 bites, but that'll hold you over for doing an intense workout, depending on how hard the workout may be. But it's little stuff like that. Like you were saying, you got to eat before, you got to eat after your workouts, depending on your goals. If you're looking to gain muscle, for sure.
90 calories. This is how much is an average Rice Krispie treat.
And it holds you down.
You burn it by the end of the workout. I don't care what you do, unless you're spending the entire hour of your training talking to other members.
Phone.
Yeah, that too. You're burning the calories. It's very easy.
Oh yeah.
I think you have number 3.
Yeah.
Man, you suck.
Yeah, I told you. I'm getting it, baby. We're going, baby. All right, so I'm jumping into the next one. It is longer workouts are more meaningful. Although I fall victim to having long workouts myself, my excuses. I clear my mental. I do it for my headspace, which is good. But ultimately, we can get a quick and efficient workout in a shorter period of time. So necessarily, it's not more meaningful depending on how much time you are spending in the gym. But you could think about it and look at it in this light. What can you be doing with that extra time? Say if you're say if you're putting in 2 hours on a workout, if you were to condense that workout and maybe do it in an hour and 15 minutes, now what can you do with that extra 45 minutes? It could be extra cardio at the end of your workout, or you could go home, read a book, go for a walk, or do something with your family, anything else. So prioritize your time and know that we don't get our time back. So make sure that you're not, just wasting your time while you're being in the gym, because it doesn't mean that your workout's going to be better just because you spent more time in the gym. Another thing to help doing that is also splitting up your routines. So say if you normally spend 2 hours in the gym, 1 hour and 15 minutes on your workout, 45 minutes of cardio right after, that could become taxing on your body. And that could also prevent our muscle gain and all that stuff, all the strain and stress on our body. So what I'm saying is just split it up. Maybe come back to the gym in the morning, or do your cardio in the morning, do your weight training at night, or vice versa. Switching it up that way, just so that we don't fall victim to overtraining our body.
Absolutely, yeah. It's law of diminishing. No, you were killing it, man. I thought you were going to just keep going.
Nah, quick cut.
It was the law of diminishing returns. So when it comes to a longer workout, again, risk to reward ratio. Mm-hmm. Spending 2 hours of constant heavy training, your ATP has probably already been expelled entirely.
Burned.
It's all completely out. You've completely stimulated the muscle. Now you're over-annihilating the muscle, and what this causes is central nervous system damage, which I talk about probably once an episode. And also, yeah, like you said, like if you're just wasting all this time could be used a lot better. That time could be used to eat a proper recovery meal. This time could be used to sleep, because you're probably not sleeping enough. This time could also be used to spend time with your family, clean, whatever you want to do. You can make more productive time out of it, and you can make, like you said, a very intense short workout. I had a client, she had a 30-minute session, and she was running late, and I will put it on me, I did book this right on top of I had 30 minutes before I had a conference call, so I had to hop on a call. So she was running like 10, 15 minutes late. She's like, can we do, I offered her, we can either do this another time or we can do a very fast workout. And she said, oh, let's do a fast workout. I did a total body workout in 15 minutes, very lightweight, constant, no breaks. She was winded by the end. She was beat up. And that has nothing to do with, I would have been also tired.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 15
we just worked, it was constant motion, constant stimulation. We hit every part of the body. And she was done. And we were able to glide on through, and she had an effective workout in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and that's it. That's it right there. And with the extra time that you find yourself having necessarily, you could do things that are meaningful to you with that extra time. So don't sit there and make your workout a priority too much to a point where you're spending too much time and you're lacking on stuff that you could be doing outside the gym, I would say. Yeah.
100%.
Going right into number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this one's a good one, actually.
You got this one.
Yeah, I got this one too, actually. Yeah. So this one, I also fell victim to it when I first started, and it's you can train certain areas. So I was told spot training or target training when I was first going through it and getting into it. My whole purpose, though, I was trying to lose weight, so I wasn't really trying to build on muscle. But once I got all the weight stripped off, I was like,
I wish I kept all the clips, and I just want to have every Nick break. A compilation.
Fucking fiend. I seen something. It was like my friends that hit the Nick. Like, breathe, bro. Like, like I wanted to train. I wanted to grow my chest. I had a bird chest. It was terrible. Wanted to grow my chest, bigger shoulder, everything. My upper body. I didn't really care about my lower body. So I really didn't focus too much on the lower half. And for overall improvements, just targeting one area or said muscle groups isn't necessarily going to be beneficial. So say I could have a nice upper body, but how would it look if I don't have any legs to match the upper body? You know what I mean? So one thing to do so that you don't fall victim to this myth is splitting up your workouts throughout the week, your intensity and volume or sets and reps throughout the week. Say you're doing chest, for example, 1 day or 2 days a week, but for example, just for 1 day a week, say you're doing 5 different workouts. Your intensity is 3 sets, and then your rep ranges are 10 to 15 reps. So now if you're doing 5 workouts, we're going to end the day with 15 sets, and then however many reps, and then that's going to be your volume for the day. So we could split that up across the week, and if you do it 2 times a week, now you have to add that, both those days, your sets and reps for your total volume for your chest, or necessarily what you want to do for any muscle group of your body. All right, so split it up across the week, and then you have your total volume and intensity throughout the week, and then you keep going weekly. That's how you get over that target training. You could still specifically target one muscle group in the day, but know that other muscle groups are involved when you're doing such thing as well. That's something that I had to, learn while I was going through my course, that it's not just my chest active. We have secondary muscle groups, primary movers, secondaries, all that stuff. Another thing to try is also implementing a full body routine. So that's something that I did once I got into the groove of it. I tried it out for about 3 months. I had clients doing it for almost a year as well, where we're doing maybe 1 or 2 exercises per muscle group, targeting everything on the body every time that we meet. So there is no excuse for overall results throughout the entire body. All right, so that's something that I would recommend if you are trying to get over that target training. What would you say?
My only caveat with this would be target training could be something if you're a more advanced lifter with understanding of how everything else is. So I'm always a big proponent of hitting every muscle group at least 2 times a week. And you want to give each muscle group 24 to 48 hours of rest. That's very important. So if you have, with that being said, if a more advanced lifter or someone specifically in a bodybuilding competition or anything like that, if you were trying to get more of a hypertrophic response, or maybe for an athlete a more dynamic or explosive response, training in that specific medium is something that you can do to help see more results. But overall, when we say target training, I don't agree in, I just want to hit I just want to make my stomach flatter. I just want to get abs. I just want to get a bigger chest.
That's what we hear a lot.
Yeah, that's very common. I just want to make my butt bigger. I just want to make
fat just here.
Exactly. So that's where the myth in lies. You cannot target fat. You cannot target where the fat is lost. Doing 1,000 crunches will not take the fat away from just your stomach. Just like doing 1,000 curls isn't going to make you a jacked monster. It's going to isolate your bicep. And again, if you don't have, if you're not hitting everything, you're not going to see the results everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest example that I always say in the real world is guys that are trying to skip legs, like you were.
Yeah.
And my argument to this is you can't just target your upper body and see your upper body grow. If you want to get a jacked upper body, you need to hit legs because the compound movements, the heavy weight that you're training when you're doing legs is going to increase your testosterone, which is going to increase muscle growth.
Simple said.
So So I will say, when it comes to beginners, I fully agree with you. Total body is the way to go. Honestly, for advanced lifters, throwing in a full body day every now and then, that's what we should do for the next video. Let's do a full body day.
Yeah.
Doing a full body day stimulates the body completely differently. It kind of shocks the muscles if you haven't done it in a while. That being said, once you become more advanced, now while you're doing all your general strength, which would be hitting every muscle group at least 2 times a week, whether that's full body or breaking up into push-pull legs, bro split, whatever you want. If you want to add more of something to get a specific stimulus for your goals, then that's different. That's not target training, that's just increasing the intensity on a certain movement or muscle group.
Yeah, so, and then just for some people that may be confused on what we were talking about, target training, and I was talking about like targeting the overall muscle group, and he's talking for our advanced lifters that we do have watching. Say we're just talking about our chest, we know that there's 3 parts of our chest. So if we wanted to specifically target our upper pec and not engage our lower pec, that's what he means by specifically targeting your upper. So just for example, for those that may be confused, like, what are they talking about?
Right, yeah, it sounded like we're contradicting, but we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
thank you for clarifying that.
But yeah, so we're jumping right into number 5. This one's actually a good one.
And it's mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Take it, bro.
So, eat more protein, exclude fat and carbs. Like I said before, there is a little bit of truth in every lie. Most of you probably should be eating more protein. I was having a discussion with someone who's looking to get into the nutrition space, and we were talking about protein, and we were talking about, what they should be eating, what kind of macros and things like that. And my rule of thumb, and I talked about this here, I want you to track 3 days of your regular eating, and I could probably put money, depending on who you are, you're under eating protein. You're not eating enough protein to satisfy your goals. So I will say,
everyone.
Absolutely. Now, is there some contradiction about like, oh, you should be eating your body weight in kilogram, or your grams per kilogram, or 0.8 times your body weight in pounds? Maybe you don't need that much. Maybe you do need a little bit less. But what I can tell you is you probably need more. You probably need more protein. You probably aren't eating as much protein as you should.
You probably need.
But one of my clients actually does watch this video, and you and I have already discussed this. You eat too much, so that's also something. This guy had he had like upwards of like 250, 300. I think he said like 400 grams of protein because he just ate like 6 chicken breasts.
Smokes.
And listen, like he works hard. He's pushing it in the gym, but he's young and he doesn't need all that protein. So me and him already had this conversation, and now this is where the eat more protein falls off. We cut off at a certain point, and now they say exclude fats and carbs. I totally disagree with this. Completely disagree with this. Be it your goals. If you're a bodybuilder, you're going through the workouts, or if you're an athlete, or if you're someone who's doing 5 group training classes a week, or if you're just going intense in the gym and you're doing an hour of weight training and 30 to 45 minutes of cardio, you need carbs and fat. Very simply, you need fat for energy. You also need fat for absorbing a lot of the vitamins you're getting through some of your meals. You need carbs as well for the same purpose, for the energy, for the glycogen storage. If you're if you're only eating protein, if you're just drinking 30 Fairlife shakes a day and topping them off with protein cookies, you are getting some fat and carbs, but you're not getting enough to recover your body. Because what's going to happen is if you're not getting enough fat for energy use and carbs for energy use, what's your body gonna grab? Your muscle.
Mm-hmm.
It might grab some fat, but your body finds, as a survival mechanism, fat is more insulating. Fat can be burned into energy easier, and fat can be burned for energy longer. So, in our caveman brains, they think, oh, muscle is weighing us down, muscle is slowing us down, we don't need all this muscle, we're going to get rid of it. And we'll hold on to the fat for when we need it. So,
Skinny fat.
Skinny fat, exactly. So that's why you still need an adequate amount of fat and an adequate amount of carbs. Now, if you are overweight and you're eating 500 grams of carbs a day and 300 grams of fat, these are insane. You only eat Burger King exclusively. You probably don't need that much. Absolutely. If you're eating 300 grams of protein, you're doing damage to your kidneys. So you need to find the right balance, and that's why I always recommend learning about macros and learning what macros work for you. I recommend MyFitnessPal to give you a general idea where, just general across the board, by your height, weight, and age, they're gonna give you grams of protein, fat, and carbs, and you can adjust it as you go. And that's why it's important to have a fitness nutrition specialist or a coach that can guide you through it, because you can go week to week and say, hey, I have a lot of energy still, but I want to lose a little bit more weight. All right, well, let's dial back 10 carbs and maybe 5 grams of fat. See how you feel next week. Oh, I had no energy this week. All right, so we're going to keep the carbs and fat because you need them to sustain, and now we're going to increase your cardio and increase your intensity in the gym. So, bottom of the line is, you do need protein. You don't need as much as my guide was. You do need carbs and fat as well. There's a reason why there's 3 macronutrients. They're all important.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we wouldn't talk about the other 2. We would just talk about protein now, wouldn't we?
Yeah, very much. All play a role. I would say up the protein, limit. Mitigate? That's the word?
Mitigate, yeah.
Mitigate? That means like limited, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was the word for it. My bad.
It's a little above our...
yeah, above my IQ. Hey, I think I read it in my book or something. No, I'm kidding, guys. But yeah, no, just try and... Yeah, I think I did read it from a book. Mitigate stress. Yeah. Mitigate your fats and carbs. Just so that you are still going based off of your goals. Okay? That's all.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, no, moving on to number 6. This one's actually a good one. You got this one.
I had this one?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty good.
Damn. No pain, no gain. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? Let me talk about my origin story. So, when I was a kid, I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast or another podcast. When I was a kid, my neighbor's family opened up a gym called FitWise for Kids. I think it was in Smithtown. And I don't even know. It was somewhere. It was in a strip mall. And it was called FitWise for Kids, and it was a gym that had a lot of low, smaller machines and machines that were more designed for kids, student athletes, and it was actually really cool. And I remember finding it so cool that his brother was able to lift 100 pounds on a squat. Now I know that's not that impressive. I can get my old ladies to do that.
OD, my old ladies go crazy, dude. They go nutty, dude.
But back to the list. And there was a sign that was up on the ceiling or up high that as you're working out you can see it. No pain, no gain is a myth, and they're absolutely right. There's a difference between pain and soreness and muscle contraction. These are all very distinct feelings, and that's why when people say, oh, this workout hurts, does it hurt bone on bone, or does it hurt you're working? Oh, it hurts like it's working. All right, well then shut the hell up here. Let's do 5 more.
I like that.
So it's very important to understand what you're feeling in the gym to make sure that you're actually working out properly and to not get yourself hurt and outside the gym. So muscle contraction is good. That means you have a very good mind-muscle connection. One of the ways that I was taught to know how well your mind-muscle contraction is you're going to take a bicep and you're going to flex it. Now from here to here, me personally, I can feel a good little bit of dull pain when I have my arm at a 90-degree angle. If I bring it in closer, this hurts a lot more because I have a good mind-muscle connection. And now, if I bring it all the way in, this is almost excruciating because I have that connection to my muscles where I can actively contract my bicep. And if that's what you're feeling, if you're feeling the muscle contracting during a workout, That's a good kind of pain. That is where you're gonna get. That's where you're gonna get gain because you're actually breaking down the muscle so we can repair bigger and repair stronger. Now, if I feel like my forearm's gonna fall off during my workout, or I feel like there's a sharp pain shooting down my entire arm into my elbow, these are different stories. Now, these are muscular pain, these are ligament issues, these are different things like that. These are not good. These are going to cause injury at the end of the day. Then there's also, I like what they put here, soreness, DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. Soreness is okay if you feel sore. If you're 2 days after a workout and you're going back to that workout and you still feel sore, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That could just mean that your body's taking a little longer to recover. You probably are not used to the workout you've done, or you need to drink more water, or you need to start implementing creatine into your diet, or more protein. Stretch, yeah, 100%. Yeah, you could just have a lactic acid buildup that you need to just break up, whether it's by stretching with a static stretch, foam roller. Exactly, but that's different. So if you come into the workout and you're already hurting before you even start the curl, that's soreness. If you're doing the curl and it feels like your bone's going to break, that's injury. If you are doing the curl and you feel your bicep curling, that's a contraction. I feel like that's pretty straightforward.
No, that's the straightest forward. I already knew what you were going to say. That's straightforward right there. It's
Do you have anything to add to it?
Yeah, no pain, no gain, baby. It shouldn't be literally like it's a myth, but it's like it's a good myth. You know what I mean? It's something that we could say, we could scream, I could run around, everyone will know what I'm talking about when I say no pain, no gain. But if you think about it in retrospect, we don't want to get ourselves hurt.
Yes.
Trying to gain muscle or trying to lose fat, making our gains inside the gym. We still don't want to get hurt. We don't want to put ourselves at a position where we can't come back into the gym the next day, the next week, the next month, and so on and so on. And just like that, if we're, continue to work out improperly or fight through an injury that we already have, we're only more susceptible to re-hurting that said area or injuring something else. So
absolutely,
completely.
Absolutely. Do you have number 7?
Yeah, this one's kind of funny because I get this said to me all the time.
Me too. This
one is the more you sweat equals a better workout. So as much as I would love to be an advocate for it, as much as I would love to get my ladies sweating up a storm, most times most of our workouts are not going to be called for super sweaty or super intense workouts. Now I do have a bunch of different clients that vary. They're trying to build muscle, some of them are trying to lose fat, and they don't care about building muscle. Those clients we're going to be doing a lot more fast-paced movements, intensity stuff, short rest stuff, and then with that we're probably going to be sweating more than our clients that are just doing muscle building where we're sitting down, we're using machines or dumbbells, and we're taking it slow, intense during the set, but we're getting a good rest period, getting ourselves ready and refueled to go back and do it again. So contrary to beliefs, not necessarily doesn't mean that you're working harder than anyone or you're working harder than the next person just because you sweat more. Think about it in this light. Say if I drink this whole bottle of water, say if I had this bottle of water today and I'm sweating up a storm, tomorrow I come in and I don't drink any bottle of water, it's possible that I won't sweat as much as I did if I do the same intensity workout, same workout, literally everything the same. All the variables stay the same, just the water is changed out. I may sweat more due to having more water in my body, in my system. Now, more things come into play with this. I like that they said this. Depending on how you are feeling as a person or your body in general. Some days are not all good days. Some days we are just waking up and we're slugging, we're mugging around. I don't expect you to have a great, sweaty, hard, intense workout compared to if you woke up, you jumped out of your bed, and you're ready to go to the gym right first in a minute. I think depending on the day, depending on your body, depending on your mindset and feel, you're going to sweat more on that day depending on just right here, just up top. Then also you could go into saying, are you sick? Let me tell you a story real quick, bro. Keep it on.
Okay.
Story time. Listen, I seen my boy yesterday. He came up to me. You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
Is she happy? You know what I had to tell him, bro? I said, look at the car that you're driving right now. Are you happy? He said, yeah. But he still said no. So even if we're happy, we still may not be happy. It's okay to not be happy. But go find that happiness. Alright? Peace. I needed that, bro.
Hey, bro.
I needed that, bro. Alright, let me stop bitching. We are here. We are here. So, good to see you guys. We made a simple mistake. We just forgot to click record, I guess. So
I don't know what happened.
We don't know what really happened. We were going to do a new podcast today. Looks like we're not. We're going to remake up what we missed. And then bing, bing, bing. Make it all one. You'll see us in new outfits. It is all good. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. Alright?
Just enjoy the show.
We're going to pick up where we left off. Alright? Now, where did we leave off?
So last thing you said was, we were talking about a more sweat equals a better workout. We ended off with you asking a simple question: are you sick? Things to look out for when we had.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So basically, I'm gonna try and redo that completely. More sweat equals a better workout.
You want to start from the beginning of the
Yeah,
episode?
I'm gonna start from the beginning again. So if you hear some things that I said already,
I'll just chop it.
Yeah, just chop it. All right. Actually, I'll probably try and just try and pick up wherever. My bad. Well, we got chopped it now. Whatever. We're here. Alright, so we're picking up, we're number 7. So more sweat equals a better workout. What I was saying before was it may be due to your body feeling. So you may wake up and you may feel a little bit more sluggish because of what you ate the night before. You may be feeling a little bit more slow. Same reasons because of the activities that you did the day before. And so you may even be developing a cold or you're sick. You haven't been taking those vitamins that you should be getting in daily. Your immune system is, fighting to keep a sickness off of your body. So that's going to, not impact your workout in a positive light. So you may not sweat as much depending on how you feel for the day. Every day is necessarily different depending on what you do in the day, what you eat on the day, and how your body's been feeling throughout the week, really. So sweat does not equal a better workout. You may sweat more during a workout than less, but you just know that sweat is what was I going to say? Sweat is a marker for your body to cool off. That's all it necessarily does. You're going to be burning calories whether you're sweating more or whether you're sweating less. Just know that working out or doing cardio or anything that entails activity, if you're sweating, that's just a mechanism, your body's mechanism telling itself to cool off. Alright? So, that's my take.
I'm sorry. I was so nervous.
Bro, what are you looking at?
I was so nervous, bro. I was so concerned.
For the mic?
Yeah, bro. It's on. No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. It's definitely... these are the important indicators when it comes to why you're sweating. It could be a multitude of things that we talked about. You already said excess water in your body, or it could be your body fighting something off. It does not mean you are sweating. I promise you that you can have a solid workout, intense workout, push your muscles to the point of exhaustion, and still not sweat. So don't make that the big end-all be-all of if you had a good workout. You should know if you had a good workout by your level of energy by the end, how you're feeling. Do you feel like you actually broke down the muscle? Do you feel, like you were able to get all the proper reps and proper sets that you could? These are more important indicators than if you sweat or not.
Exactly.
Next, we're moving on to number 8. Lifting weight makes you bulky. I cannot stress enough when people sit down with me and their fear is getting too bulky. I've been training since I was 18. My goal when I was 18 was to get bulky. I'm still not bulky. I don't think you have to really worry about that. If you want to get bulky, you have to try and get bulky. It's all about your genetic composition more than anything else. Women naturally are going to be the ones that are more fearful of this. Thankfully, they are the ones that don't have to worry as much because of your genetic composition. You're not producing as much testosterone as the average man, so you're not going to build muscle in the same way. It's not going to be large muscle. It's not going to be intense growth. Also, it depends on your training style. If you're training like a bodybuilder, you're going to end up looking like a bodybuilder. If you train like someone who's trying to go for general fitness, you're going to look like a generally fit person.
Exactly.
Same thing with men. Even if you just lift weights, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bodybuilder. You can look at powerlifters. You can look at strongmen. These guys lift incredibly heavy, and they might not have the bulky muscle. They might just have very dense or bigger builds, but they're not going to necessarily look bulky like an Arnold Schwarzenegger or you're not going to look like C-Bum.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to get from this. You're not going to look like a person on stage in a thong. You're not going to, unless you actively train your body to do so. We have been training for a long time, and for the past 2 to 3 years, we've been training to actively look like that, and that takes a whole lot of discipline, a whole lot of conditioning, nutrition, recovery. A lot goes into it. Picking up a 5-pound pink dumbbell is not going to make you bulky.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I like that a lot, and it's something that, like you were saying, we have to explain a lot to our women that come and they're trying to get into the fitness industry or fitness field, or have been in a while, and they're just looking to pick up new tips and techniques. One thing that I'd like to touch on is understanding your body type. So there's different types of body types. There's 3 different types, and understanding that you cannot change your body type. So that's just that. Literally, you can't change it. If you're already naturally bulky, if you are going to start weightlifting or weight training or strength training, you may end up getting bulky if you already have that bulky build. All right, so but you could build off of your builds, so understand that, and then work with it depending on your training style. Like he was saying, there's so many different training modalities, so whichever one that you do choose, understand that we're trying to get those results for what we're doing. All right, so
I do agree with you partially because of they're saying, you know, if you have a bulky build, you have a bulky build. But I do want people that may be listening to this, if they're worried about that, I want you to have something in your mind. I want you to picture 10 pounds of fat. 10 pounds of fat is probably the size of my arm. I wish we had, I wish we had that. I don't even know where that went. The 5 pounds.
I think someone threw it out, honestly.
I hope so. It was gross, but there was this big, bulbous 5 pounds of fat that we show people to show them what that's sitting on your body. Do you know how much size 10 pounds of muscle puts up? Right here. About 2 fists is the amount of, is how 10 pounds of muscle looks. Now, that 10 pounds of muscle isn't going to sit, unfortunately, it's not going to just sit on my bicep. It's going to be dispersed across my whole body, especially if you're someone new to the gym or new to weightlifting in general. You're going to be building muscle across your whole body. So if you drop 5 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of fat, and put on 10 pounds of muscle, it's going to look significantly different on you. Your body is going to take a better shape. It is going to look less bulky just by having less body fat on you and more lean muscle mass.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I like that you touched base on that. It says, I know saying that could give some people a sense of like no hope, you know what I mean? So there's hope. Just work with your body.
Absolutely. You want to touch on number 9?
Number 9, detoxing to lose weight, which was a good one. I've heard it a few times, and even so, detoxing I'm going to mix in with cleansing as well. So one thing I want to note when you guys are detoxing or doing like a water diet or something like that, you guys are going to lose weight. It will be good weight, but here's I have to restart. All right, so you guys will lose weight on the detox or the water diet, but how are you guys losing weight, and is it going to be beneficial to you and getting to your goal necessarily for what you're trying to achieve? So what you're doing when you are detoxing or cleansing, you are going to subtract some of the nutrients that you actually need from those meals for a set period of time, whether it's 8 to 12, where you're not eating food, just drinking waters. You're missing those nutrients needed to fuel our body necessarily. So yes, you'll lose weight, but you're also going to tear apart your muscle that you've been working to develop or that you have built already. So when you see the weight drop on the scale, know that it's not just water weight or fat in itself. It is also muscle combined as well. So I do like detoxing. I do like cleanses. It makes my body feel so good. Sometimes I do like lemon water and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I'm not too big on it. But for those that do, just understand what it's doing for you. It is good for you. So I am an advocate for the detox and the cleanses. What do you think?
I don't. So again, when it comes to everything, I've said it probably 5 times when we've done throughout this list. There's a little bit of truth in every lie. When it comes to detoxes and juice cleanses, you're hitting the nail on the head. You lose a lot of micronutrients.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to lose a lot of water weight. And like you said, you're going to lose a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Your muscle is going to atrophy. Your body is going to chew away your muscle for survival. This is something that was deep-seated thousands of millions of years ago. Our bodies, we didn't always have food. You got to think of your caveman ancestors. We didn't always have Whole Foods. We didn't always have a Target to go get our food. We had to go hunt and gather our food. So we would go through bouts of time where we had no food to talk about or to eat. So our bodies are naturally accustomed to, hey, this fat is highly nutritious, it is dense, it's something that we can burn over time so that we can survive. Our bodies don't look at muscle the same way. Our bodies look at muscle as bulky, unnecessary, weighing us down, and we need to get rid of this to make more room for the fat that's going to actually keep us alive longer. So when it comes to detox, when it comes to juice cleanses, all you're doing is losing a ton of progress that you've made in the gym, messing with your mental health because that's such a bad way to go through it, and not sacrificing, you're withholding and abstaining from foods, and that's going to turn your brain into a food craving machine. So once you get off that juice cleanse, that 10-20 pounds that you lost of water and muscle is now going to be 10 pounds of fat because you're going to eat everything that you withheld yourself from.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then also when touching base on that too, because it makes a lot of sense. You are going to be necessarily slowing your metabolism down when you are lacking those foods or those times that you are supposed to be eating. Frequent eating, speed your metabolism, keeps you hungry, all that stuff, which is necessary for, retaining your goals inside the gym and, achieving new goals inside the gym. We need the fast metabolism, so.
Also, your body naturally detoxes. If your body doesn't like something, it's going to get rid of it. So, I'm a big proponent of fiber. I love lemon water. I don't love lemon water. I love it for people. I hate lemons.
I like lemon.
I'm for all these foods and all these different micronutrients. We also don't even talk about gut health when we do all this. If you're someone who takes laxatives once a week, or if you're someone who eats, does the detox pills, or if you do the juice cleanser, you do any of this stuff, what you're doing is you're destroying all the probiotics in your system, all the gut microbes that are in your system to help you digest properly. So now you're helping your digestive system, but you're having it start all over again. So like you said, it's going to slow down your metabolism, slow down digestion, slow down gut health. When instead you could just get probiotics, get fiber, which is a prebiotic, which is food for the probiotic, and you can alter your diet and find different foods that are more agreeable with you. And now you're actually naturally detoxing your body. You're getting all the food out of your system. You're getting all the bad stuff out of your system, but you still have protein. You still have carbs. You still have fats.
All essentials.
So no, if you're gonna come up to me and say, "Oh, I'm doing a 5-day juice cleanse," I'm gonna tell you you're an idiot. I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm going to explain to you why you're wasting your money and why we can get you to a much better condition and much better health-wise by changing and altering your nutritional path.
Most definitely.
Speaking of nutritional
path. Yeah, literally.
We're going to wrap this up with number 10, which is morning workouts increase your metabolism. This goes out to all my rise and grind people.
Crazies.
This goes out...
Your 4:30s, your crazies.
Yeah, this goes out to the I'm up before my alarm people. This goes out to my...
I'm at the gym before they open the doors people.
Yeah.
Crazies.
This goes out to you. If this is the only time you can work out, and this is the only time you like to work out, this is fantastic. But...
Sorry. For those that come because the gym is empty, you're very smart.
Oh yeah, I love
very smart. Very smart.
But I'm going to give you a secret. If you have the ability to work from home or you work nights or anything like that, 7 a.m., dead. Very quiet.
Dead.
7 a.m., 8 a.m., dead. But
yeah,
that's when I work out if I can. If that is the time you prefer to work out because you're a morning person or you are a person that doesn't have time and this is the only time you can make it, this is great for you because you're getting to the gym, not because of anything else. The reason why this was always believed is because your body is burning more calories, they believe, after a workout. So you're burning all your calories throughout the day rather than when you go to sleep at night, when you work out at night. not necessarily true. I mean, this is like what we talked about fasted cardio. That yeah, you probably burn more calories during the workout because it's a morning workout, or it could be true that you're burning more calories throughout the day because you jumpstart your metabolism. But there's a whole nother list of variables that we need to talk about, like, did you eat before your workout? Are you well rested? Is your body shut down because you're only on 3 hours of sleep and you only railed 3 pre-workout scoops before your workout? Also a matter of how well are you training? Because if you're not a morning person, I know a lot of people that are not morning people that convince themselves they have to work out in the morning and they're not as strong as they are at night or in the afternoon. And so now your workout's suffering because you don't have enough energy to have enough output to actually burn the calories you want.
Yeah. Completely just messing your own results up at that point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's just going on a tangent. I feel like I was very mean this episode. If you felt like I was mean, let me know. I apologize. That was very cutthroat.
But you gotta get on them. Gotta get on them sometimes.
I'm here to help you.
Completely understand. So I agree with what you said. I don't necessarily think that it's gonna make you burn more calories throughout the day, depending on what you're actually doing for the day. So if your activity levels are high and you're gonna be burning a lot more calories compared to the day before, then expect your output to be different. If your input's different, expect your output to be different. That's simple as simple could be, necessarily, you know what I mean? So, I think, I don't know, I don't do the fasted workouts or the fasted cardio or the morning stuff. I mean, I do on the prep. I can maybe implement 2 days of 30 minutes of fasted cardio, but no real difference for me.
No, we've talked about it before. I mean, studies show that it's not... it's 6 to 1, half dozen the other. You might burn a little more calories in the moment, but you're not going to be burning as many calories throughout your day. So this is vice versa. From our fasting conversation, working out in the morning, you might burn more calories. It's very possible you can be burning more calories as your body recovers throughout the day from a morning workout. But if you're not outputting enough, if you're not doing enough effort in the gym because you're too tired, because you're not a morning person, then you're not going to be burning the most calories you can burn in general, overall, because you're not giving yourself the results you can be. You're leaving a lot on the table.
Yeah, and then one thing also too, some people actually burn themselves out from their workout and it ruins the rest of their day, and actually, like you were saying, slows them down for the rest of the day, so they're not going to be able to burn as many calories as they thought they would have throughout the normal day. Just because they ended up burning themselves out and now they're walking slower throughout the day, not doing, running their 1 or 2 errands, not walking their dog outside where they could have maybe got like an extra 100 calories burned throughout the day, you know what I mean? And now they're just going to end up slacking and snacking, So don't get caught slacking and snacking. That will slow down your metabolism quickly.
And if you're not sleeping well enough, if you are going to bed, if you're someone who can't get to bed early, you're not going to get up early. It's that simple. So if you are going to bed at 12, 1 in the morning, and then trying to get up for a 4:30, 5:30 workout, well, you are not recovering from the day before. Your hormones are going to be all out of whack, so your ghrelin is going to either go up or go down, and that's going to make you hungrier, so you are going to be slacking and snacking. So again, it's all about what works for you with your recovery, with your output, and with your nutrition. I always go back to that. Those are the 3 things. You want to make sure your nutrition is on point, your recovery is on point, you are leaving a lot on the table. So you got to make sure that if you are going to decide, if you're making a choice to work out in the morning, go to bed early. You can't have fun at night anymore. You got to be no more playing COD till 2 in the morning. No more. We got to end on a win. No more. Yeah, like no more. You can't do, let me just catch up on this show and let me get 3 seasons deep. Oh no, that was such a cliffhanger. I gotta watch the next episode. You can't be up all night scrolling through Instagram Reels or TikTok. You gotta go to bed early if you're gonna be up early for training.
Yeah, most definitely. Make it make sense with what your goals are. Align your life to your goals to reach them. Most definitely. That was a good one. I like that.
Thank you. But that's all the time we have. Sorry about the weird mishmash episode. Sorry about the schedule being all out of whack. We're getting back onto it. Yeah, this video will drop Tuesday. We're recording on Tuesday. We're back in the swing of things. If you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, please let us know. DM us. Comment down below. Anything. Get our attention. Leave a note for us at Gold's Gym Iceland. If you guys are looking for free personal training sessions, feel free to reach out to either one of us and you get a free session with us. And then if you want to purchase personal training or nutrition coaching after that, feel free to hit us up for that. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode.